Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today I'm going to continue with my year wrap-up series, and I want to share with you my most worn fragrances of this year. Now, this list is not going to surprising at all. You know, probably most of the fragrances that you're gonna see, you expect to see. You've heard me talk about many times this year, but I don't want to come up with some made-up list, you know, to pretend like these are my most worn. No, I'm gonna tell you about my real most worn fragrances of this year. So I hope this is still going to be interesting, and let's get started with this one, which has been an absolute staple this summer. I've probably worn this the most, or one of the most worn fragrances this summer for sure. This is Neon from Thomas Kosmala. I mean, I got this, I haven't used it for the entire summer. I got it sometime in the summer. And given that fact, and the fact that this is very strong and I don't need to use a lot, I mean, this is a lot. I've used them quite a lot, and I've enjoyed this scent so much. I didn't think I would love it as much as I do, but yeah, I do. So this is very airy scent. It's like a breath of fresh, cold air, you know, and then on a really hot summer day, this is like exactly what you need to cool down. This has such beautiful freshness to it. I think there is mango in it, perhaps some other fruits, some citruses in here. I think there might be some aldehydes. I can't remember, because there is a slight touch of powderiness. It is a little bit ambery. Just amazing for the summer, for the hot weather. Like, this is so gorgeous. So yes, this definitely has been one of my most used fragrances this year. Another one that I used a ton, and the one that like smells completely different, but in a way there are some elements of it that kind of remind me of Neon, surprisingly. That is Valaya from Parfums de Marly. I think it's the airiness and like breath of this fragrance that kind of reminds me of Neon, because they're very like full of air. Like, really, I don't know, maybe this kind of description makes no sense to anyone else, but it kind of makes sense to me. And I'm so glad that when this fragrance came out, I decided to purchase it, because I debated for a long time if I should or not. Well, because I have a similar smelling type of fragrance, which is Flora Narcotique from Ex Nihilo, and I really thought, do I need it, do I not? I'm so glad that I got it, because I love it so much. And in all honesty, in the past year, I've used it so much more than Fleur. And I think it is because it is airier, and it is in a way less sweet, and in a way a little bit less floral. Like, there is orange blossom in both fragrances. I think there are some citruses in here as well. Definitely, I think aldehydes in this one. Am I mixing up the two fragrances? I don't know. Anyways, it's just full of air. It's beautiful. It's not too sweet. It's not too floral. There is something in it that is so refreshing, so refreshing. Anyways, I've loved this one, and I've used this one so much. Okay, now from the summer fragrances, let's go to more fall winter fragrance. Well, this is not going to surprise anyone. Babycat from YSL. Oh my God. Last winter, I've used it nonstop. I've already started wearing it this fall. I'm gonna continue to wear it through the winter. This is a stunner. I still think this is a stunner. Amazing, like sweet, boozy, woody, suede kind of vanilla, really deep, really gorgeous, so seductive, so just, enveloping, just incredible. There are not enough adjectives to describe this fragrance. I love it. I use it. I will continue to use it. Do I even need to say anything about the next one? Ani from Nishane. I featured it in a number of recent videos, and this is so incredible. Like, you know, it does something to me every time I smell it. It really does. Like the vanilla in here, it's just the most beautiful, like such high quality vanilla. I'm telling you, I have not smelled this type of vanilla in anything else. And by the way, have you watched my recent vanilla video ranking all of my vanillas? If you haven't, why not? I'm gonna link it somewhere up here. But if you watched it, you know that this fragrance ranked very, very high on that list. Not surprising at all. I've worn it for years and I love it every single time. And that beautiful, creamy, buttery vanilla is balanced so beautifully by that kind of fresh, bright, a little bit spicy ginger and citruses that you get in the opening. It's incredible. Just an amazing fragrance. Enough said. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is, again, probably not surprising, Panettone from Milano Fragranza. This one again, for the colder weather. Oh my God, amazing. What a beautiful gourmand. Like this truly smells like panettone, this kind of white, sort of fluffy bread that has like dried fruits and raisins in it, and maybe some oranges perhaps, and maybe a little bit of like rum or something a little bit boozy. And that's what it reminds me of. You know, when I first got this fragrance, I really didn't know even what panettone was, to be honest, or what it smelled like. But, you know, I've had something similar to that in my childhood, a similar type of bread. And immediately, as soon as I smelled this fragrance, it reminded me of that. So I really, it smells like panettone. Such an incredible gourmand. There's something so warm and so comforting about this fragrance. I enjoy it so much. In fact, this was my scent of the day yesterday. And yeah, this is back. Now that the weather is cold, it's back in full rotation. Now, these two I'm going to show together because they're very similar. They have similar scent profiles and I really use them interchangeably. And even though I have a few others in a similar scent profile, really, these are the two that I've used the most in the past year. That is Love and Crime from Idolo and Vanille from Franck Boclet. I mean, you can see dents in both of these. And like I said, I use them interchangeably. These are like, you know, caramel, vanilla, citrusy type of scent. Very sweet. This one has blood orange in it. So it is a little bit sweeter, definitely more sweeter type of citrus in here. This one, on the other hand, has grapefruit, which makes it a little bit less sweet and even a little bit more tart. So there are definitely differences in them, but you know, overall scent profile is very similar, and both of them kind of put me in the same mood, give me the same vibe, and I use them interchangeably. Love both of them. You know, I've had fragrances in this scent profile for years now, and I'm not tired of them. I still enjoy them up to this day. Next, we have a fragrance from Xerjoff, and that is Via Cavour 1. This is a fragrance that I added to my collection this year. I had a mini, and I was always afraid to use it because I didn't want to run out. And, you know, when I was able to find a full bottle, I got rid of the mini, got a full bottle, and now, you know, I'm not afraid to use it anymore. Beautiful, underrated scent, really underrated. Nobody talks about it. And guys, you need to try this one. This is such a good fragrance. It has fruits in it. I can't remember what fruit is in it, but it's kind of like an unusual fruit. Like when I smell it, is it kumquat or something else? Like I don't recognize the fruit when I smell it, but there is definitely some fruitiness in here. There is a little bit of chocolate. There is a little bit of oud. And this is a very light, fruity, kind of summery oud fragrance, if you will. Like oud is almost unnoticeable in this scent. Honestly, I can barely notice it. And chocolate is also quite light, and you know, the fruity notes are there too, but they're not overpowering. Again, great balance of different notes. And yeah, I got this fragrance sometime this summer. Again, I want to say like spring, sometime in the spring, I think. And I've been enjoying it. I had a hard time putting it down when I first got it. I just wore it all the time. And again, this is the type of scent that I can really wear any time of the year, you know, even though there are fruits in here, but because of like chocolate and oud and everything else, this works in a cold weather as well. So beautiful scent. I've worn it a lot and I'm sure that I will continue to wear it. Next one has been one of my most worn fragrances for the past couple of years. I think this is my second year owning it, and yeah, my love for this fragrance has not died. This is God of Fire from Stefan Umber Lucas. Well, this is a powerhouse of a fragrance. Mango. This is mango, really powerful, punchy type of mango. Sweet, juicy, a little bit ambery, maybe a touch woody, not too sweet, but sweet at the same time. And there's just something so powerful and so punchy and so captivating about this scent. Like, I really find it captivating. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, next I have a fragrance where, again, I'm sure you're absolutely sick of hearing about it and seeing it in my videos. And I'm afraid to bore you with it, but at the same time, like I said, this is a realistic, you know, most worn list. Like, I can't come up with fragrances that are just there for whatever. Like, these are real fragrances that I've worn, and this has been one of the most worn fragrances this year. Yeah, Vanilla Love from Jimmy Choo. I mean, I just love it. I love it. I don't care what the notes say. This is like apricot jam to me. And I think maybe partially I enjoy this scent so much because it kind of reminds me of my childhood, you know, when my mom used to make a homemade jam, and she actually made apricot jam. And because I've always liked like a slightly sour type of jam, like I never liked super sweet, she would always make it like that because that's what I liked. And this one has, even though it's sweet, but it has a little bit of sourness in it for me, and it kind of brings me back to my childhood. So maybe that's part of the reason why I love it so much. I don't know. But anyways, I love it. And this is clearly one of my most worn fragrances this year, last year, and I'm sure it will be of next year. And let me finish with this one. This is Mandarina Corsica from L'Artisan Parfumeur. When did I get this one at the end of last year or the year before? My God, I can't remember. But what an incredible scent. I've been looking for a fragrance from this house for so long because this is like this OG niche house, and how could I not have anything from them? How could I not like anything from them? And yet I struggled with many of their fragrances. I tried quite a few and like none of them really worked for me, unfortunately. And you know, when I decided to get this one, which was a blind buy, I was so scared. I thought it was going to be a flop, and what a love it turned out to be. This is such a gorgeous orange with chocolate type of scent. I feel like there is like regular orange, and there might be a bitter orange in here because like I'm getting all the different facets of the orange, you know? And there's definitely some sweetness in here, maybe vanilla, caramel. I kind of feel like brown sugar might be here as well. And I'm getting that kind of bakery, baked good kind of vibe, which suggests to me that there might be immortelle in here, because that note typically gives me that kind of feeling of having something like being inside of a bakery. So that's what I get from this scent. And again, so beautifully put together, so beautifully blended, like everything just works together, and it's an intoxicating type of scent. I remember like past winter, I wore it nonstop. I just couldn't stop wearing it, and I just love it. And again, I wore it very recently, like a few days ago, and it was amazing. I enjoyed it so much, and performance on it is also really, really good. So I really don't need to spray a lot. That's why it might look like I haven't used it, well, a little bit, but I actually use it very, very often. So it is deservedly on this most worn list. So there you go. These are my most worn fragrances of 2024. Please, of course, share with me what fragrances have you been wearing the most this year. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.